So, it's been a while since I've recorded an audio for you. Today, since this is a very visual material, I believe it's easier if I just talk and not ask you to read my subtitles because maybe you want to actually understand what's happening. There's really not that big of a deal with the images. Since I did not record the process in mid action, I was so focused on getting it done, I had no idea what I was doing most of the time. Most beginners do that. And so I was like, oh, dull with recording, I'll just swing it. And I swang it. Yes, I know the word is wing it. I'm fine. I know my English. Thank you very much for worrying about it. So, um, I'll leave this on a loop for a while so you can watch it. This is the material as is. The video is pretty cute. I like it. I mean, I made it, so I'm obviously biased. But I mean, for something that started as I'll just put some stills together and don't bother about it too much. It quite evolved. It evolved quite a bit, and I think it's quite good. Um, Again, it's my work. I'm fine with it. I'm happy about it. What can I tell you more? I didn't plan it very hard. I knew I wanted the cat to fall from the sky. I wanted to hit the table. That was the deal, and I wanted to mew. The dog initially was supposed to hide behind the sofa and run or bark at the cat, but then I decided that, well, it's too much of a work for some few seconds of an animation that I wasn't even sure I was gonna manage to do it. So I went for a simple, more cartoonish, funny, shitty, cutie action. And yes, I do have a black dog. And yes, that cat is in my house. Oh god, you have no idea how my life is. So, yeah, the inspiration for this animation was actually the fact that I picked up a stray cat from the street. It was last month, and I was, sitting in the house, and there were these mews outside. A lot of them. So, I went downstairs after an hour of listening to the mews, and I told myself there's something wrong with this cat. And I found it. It was sitting in the street. I assumed she was abandoned, and I did not find her mother. I mean, she had been there for an hour, so I really didn't feel like there was any way to prevent the next action, which was picking it up and taking it in the house. And now I'm trying to find an owner for her, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. So far, the dog is tolerant, doesn't like her too much, but he's tolerant. I mean, when I say that the dog is intolerant, I mean, this moment she plays with her and she takes care of her and she looks after her and she lets her bite her tail or bite her nose or stuck her claws in her nose and her forehead and her ear. And the next moment, when she comes near her food, she's all growling and stuffing and barking, and I have to go and grab the animal out of the way because the dog is like coming and angry and no, thank you, you're not getting my food. Attitude is out. And yeah, I have no idea how much joy the little creature brings to my life. But it's difficult. It became very difficult. So I decided to put up a small video with her, and I decided to make this promotional video for her. It was fun, actually. I enjoy doing videos. I mean, I've been trying to do some videos on this channel. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to do videos on this channel. So yeah, it was fun doing videos. I enjoyed it, and I had these adorable images with her. I mean, everything that's small and cute and baby-ish, it's adorable because they're genetically designed to be lovable so that people won't kill them too fast. I think nature really has us in her palms at this. She really knows what she's doing. Yeah. So initially it was supposed to not have this intro, but then I thought, I'm an artist and I like drawing and I can do this, and it would totally represent how this little innocent creature in my life, like like a thunder. She was like a thunder, and she turned the dynamics of the house all the way upside down because she's too small to be left unsupervised, especially because she's killing the furniture. But that's a side note. Yeah. So yeah, and the dog is, well, she's been the master of the house for like 7 years. She doesn't really enjoy the position she's in right now, sharing. Oh, maybe it's not 7, I think it's 5. Still, she doesn't enjoy sharing the place. Yeah. The composition is fairly simple. I worked with layers. I had the human on one layer, the cat on one layer, the sofa as a background, and that didn't change. I didn't bother with it. I placed the mobile phone in the character sheet because it was automatically linked. I mean, I was holding it in hand, so it was easier to just include it in that same layer. The dog was separate, so I could place him in front of the layer with the human so that the dog would, be prior, the most important element. And I wanted to have a flower pot on the table that would jump up and rattle and then land right back on the table. But in the end, I was too lazy and I gave up on that. I just added the mew because, well, initially, again, I didn't want to have sound. It was just supposed to be a mute animation with the movement and everything. But then I thought, well, there are a lot of free sounds on the internet. Why can't I just put some in there? And to my complete shock, I could not find a cat mewing. I found a purring. I found um I don't know, dogs barking, but I did not find a cat mewing, which was no problem at all because I just picked the sound from my own cat mewing that I already had in the videos that I had selected for the program. I extracted the sound, I added it into the composition, and it was perfectly fine. And there you go, internet. I don't need you. Ha! Be jealous. Yeah. So that's kind of what I have to say about this. I guess there isn't much else to tell you. I hope you enjoyed this. The colors again were on different layers and everything was on its own layer. So their line art was on one layer, the colors were on the next layer, and I did not split the colors. I just threw them all in there because there wasn't much to split in the first place. And once the animation was done, I portioned it and I sped up some parts and I slowed down some parts, and I made sure that some movement was happening at the right time. And obviously, I had to sync it with the sound, and all that happened in a video editor because I can't understand how. I don't know, it's too complicated. Then again, I'm still learning. Maybe someday I'll figure it out. Eventually. And it's not perfect because I am not a perfectionist and I'm not getting a Nobel Prize for this or a The Oscars, yes. I'm not competing at the Oscars with this, so I'm fine with the way it looks. I don't need prizes. I don't. It's fine. Nobody's gonna see it anyway, so whatever. It's just on the internet for whoever decides to look at it. So that's it. Goodbye. See you later.